Today we have a 2004 E500. We'll be replacing the air struts. So in order to replace the air struts in the front here of this vehicle, first thing you're going to do is going to get inside the hood of the car. And this is the right passenger side. We'll also be doing the left driver's side, but I'm just going to be showing this side today. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and plug this. And then with a number 10 wrench, I'm going to remove the airline here. Once I do that, with a number 13 socket, I'm going to remove these 3 nuts. And after that, we're going to lift the vehicle up, get the tire off, and remove the bottom portion of the strut. So after removing everything up top, with the number 17 socket in my impact gun, I'm going to remove the tire and get to the strut behind it. Alright, so now that we're over here with the tire removed, with the number 10, number 8, and a pry tool. With number 8, we're going to move these 2 bolts here. Number 10, we're going to move these nuts, 1, 2, there should be 1 there, but it's gone. 3 and 4, as well as the pry tool. We're moving this little clip that I already done so to get this out the way and expose where this is plugged in. So with the cover removed, we're going to follow this cable here that goes to the air strut. It says, as you can see, it goes behind it. Just kind of work this out. Just goes in like so. Unplug it, and then once we unplug it, we're going to get the strut out the way. We're going to get a 21mm socket and a wrench and remove this bolt and nut on the other end here and get this strut out. So after removing the bolt that holds the strut in place, I went ahead and removed the 21mm nut holding the sway bar link in place and brought that to the side. Now with number 16, I'm going to go ahead and remove this on the spindle, because not on the spindle, to remove the upper control arm. Once I do that, it'll give us enough clearance to get the strut out. So once I separated the upper control arm from the spindle there, pretty much just worked it out and swung it over this little bottom portion here. Just swung it over that and slid it out, and pretty much now we're ready to install the new one. So I went ahead and threw in my new air strut here. Pretty much it only goes in one way with this thing facing forward, and the top part with the hoses and the plug facing out to the right side of the vehicle. So then just went ahead and put my screw in. Now I'm putting my spindle and upper control arm back in, then throw my sway bar link back in. And then pretty much we'll get to the next step after that. So after tightening the spindle down, the strut to the lower control arm, the sway bar link back to the control arm here, I went ahead and just routed my cable here from the strut all the way under the sway bar link, attaching it to this little point here, as well as this one here, and then sliding it into our little bracket here. So now I'm just gonna plug her up, making sure to get a clicking sound when doing so. Trying to make sure I know which way it goes. Oops, slid out then. But okay, no click, but it's pretty much in there, as you can see from the top. So now we're just gonna put this bracket back into place in here. Alright. So now we're gonna cover it back up and throw those little screws and bolts back in. And then we're gonna bring her down and tighten her back up top. And we'll be done. So after closing everything up at the bottom, put the wheel back on, back up top now. I went ahead and tightened my 13mm nuts back in. So now with the 10mm, I'll go ahead and plug this in as well. The 10mm wrench, the same one that we used to take this hose out, this line out. We're gonna remove this plug and just fit this back in snug, and we'll be done after that. Alright, y'all, so I got my line back in, everything's tightened up here, plugged in. So do the exact same concept with the other side. Then we're going to clear the suspension codes we have going on with this car and start her up. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. More videos to come.